Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over an update on Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG, July 15th, 2025. A Tuesday, guys, of all days. They threw me for a curveball. They must have listened to the videos of me saying Monday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday. I had to drop it on a Tuesday and give me a little curveball here. Here we go. So it says, Dear Zion shareholders and supporters, on June 10th, we completed flowback operations of the MJ01 well in Israel and have since temporarily shut it in and demobilized our crew. We did this and the last of our out-of-country crew left just hours before the 12-day war began with Iran. Over the past several weeks, we've been analyzing the initial gas composition data. These results confirm that our targeted perforation and stimulation were successful. Gas reached the surface and showed characteristics of a consistency with a productive reservoir. At this point, we are considering two ways to move forward. The first is to sidetrack the well laterally using our rig. We'll talk about that more in a second. Second is to deploy coiled tubing. Both approaches are being evaluated in terms of technical feasibility and overall cost. Okay, we expect to begin equipment procurement and scheduling by the end of July. I ask for you to your continued patience and prayers for both our operations and the people of Israel. Our team remains confident in our progress and focused on the vision ahead. For a fuller understanding where we are operationally, I invite you to listen to the full 20-minute audio conversation with COO Monty Ness and VP Investor Relations and Marketing Andrew Sumi. Just click here. I'm going to link this in the description so you can click there, and then you can listen to the full 20-minute conversations. I'm going to summarize it for you, but you're welcome to listen to it. It says, thank you for the support of Israel and Zion. We continue to ask for your prayers since we know they make a difference for Israel and our work. Warm regards, Rob Dunn, CEO. Okay. So, I'm going to summarize a little bit of what they said on the audio. All right. So, that's pretty cut and dry, straightforward. In regards to them leaving and getting out before the war, they were able to leave actually 36 hours before this started, which is good for them. They were able to get out and get their people out and kind of get to safety from there. And then from there, they talked about the re-entry options. They kind of summarized basically what they just said here. And when they got into this part here about sidetracking the rig laterally, they kind of went more in a little bit of detail and said it's basically a method used to kind of try to increase the production capability. Okay. And so when you listen to the audio, they'll kind of go a little bit more into detail of that. But basically, it's to increase the production capability. They did say, and this is a big statement, that they are in the best position ever in the history of the company. That's a huge statement for them to say, on there. And that's the most confident I've probably ever heard them. However, one of the guys, whoever's talking, he never sounds excited. So I'm not sure if it's just his personality or he's just not that confident or don't want to lead people on. But there's one of these guys, and he's the same way on the shareholder meeting. He's always just kind of like, oh, well, I guess we're going to do this, and it's going to increase production capability. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you listen to him. But they did talk about the challenges that they have, being that they're operating in Israel. And the main thing is a lot of the equipment is not made readily available. They have to outsource it from other countries, Canada, the United States, and all these other countries. And so there's already built-in delays just from doing that. So they really harped a lot on that of, hey, what would you say to our shareholders who are asking about XYZ? And they're like, well, you don't understand what it's like to explore in Israel. Well, okay, I think we do by now, but they just wanted to re-emphasize to hurry up and wait, basically. They talked about Noble Gas, and they asked about, hey, they started their exploration, I think it was in 99, and they didn't really hit the headlines until 2009. And they asked to kind of explain a little bit more about exploration on land. And they basically said it's a whole different beast, whole different animal, a lot more tougher the geological formations and stuff are a lot more tougher to deal with on land as opposed to offshore. And it's a lot of time and money, and the main thing is basically outsourcing all of the equipment and everything like that, which we kind of already knew, right? You're at the disposal of other people sending you stuff and other people getting there, on top of keeping in mind where they are. It's not like they're in a place that that's like all gung-ho about oil and gas and everything, and they just had a country go try to drop bombs and everything on them. So it's not a typical situation like you'd see like in the United States or something like that, where they can just kind of go and be fully operational without issues. And he did say, like, to kind of re-emphasize, like, we're not gonna go drill in the ground and oil's just gonna start coming and shoot out and everything like you've seen in the past, like the little animations that we share all the time on StockTwits of the oil gushing out of there. He's like, that's not gonna happen. There's a lot. Everything is so different now as far as technology goes. It's not necessarily how it's gonna be. So, anywho, I thought it was a good update. It's a little different being that it's on a Tuesday, and so that's what we got today. Let's take a look at the price. I'm not going to do the charts because everything's pretty much the same, but we can at least look at the price action of today. All right, so we had 19, closed at 19 today, down 3.26%. We were down 10.5% the last 5 days, up 5.56 for the month. Last 6 months, of course, you know, we're up 90%. We've been rolling pretty well through 2025. Your support here is still at about 18. Okay, so about 18. If it drops below that, you're down to 15. Drops below that, 12, 8, and 3. Everything's the same. I would assume that this pops this back up through that resistance level of 21.5, and then it'd be really nice to see it hold there. Okay, so get above 21.5 and, or like say about 22 cents, and let's hold it there, and that would be a good sign. The downfall of what it may have it drop down is just the, you know, well, we're not going to start really doing all the other stuff until the end of July, and we could have delays and blah 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 blah. Some people may be turned off by that and say, well, screw it, I'm just going to check back in and hop back in once we have some news. So kind of split on how the market will react tomorrow. But if you're a longer term investor, it really doesn't matter because you're in it for the longer haul, not just for one day, right? So, anywho, let me know what your thoughts are on the update. Think it's positive, negative? Are you neutral? Do you not care? Either way, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the video. Holla at you later.